Hello, Dimsdale. I'm Jet You Betcha with today's editorial, which technically makes it a Jetatorial.
On Saturday, a kite struck United Flight 654 near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. The plane, arriving from Houston, landed safely with no damage, and passengers deplaned normally. Police confiscated the kite at Gravelly Point, where kite flying is prohibited due to low-flying aircraft. Witnesses said several kites were flying when one rose higher and hit the plane near the fuselage. Authorities interviewed the family involved but filed no charges. Gravelly Point, managed by the National Park Service, is near the National Mall, where the Blossom Kite Festival was held the same day. Federal regulations ban flying kites near airports or above 500 feet without special permission, but no such authorization was issued. Flight 654 arrived 19 minutes late, according to FlightAware. In other developments, a 70-year-old man, Christopher Talbot, was charged with aggravated battery after allegedly hitting a counter-protester with his vehicle during a Tesla protest in Meridian, Idaho. About 30 anti-Tesla protesters and 200 counter-protesters gathered outside a dealership. Tesla has faced recent protests and vandalism. Talbot allegedly made an obscene gesture before striking a 49-year-old counter-protester who had just exited a truck with pro-Trump flags. The victim sustained non-life-threatening injuries and drove himself to the hospital. Police tracked Talbot's vehicle to his home and arrested him. He was booked into the Ada County Jail. Meridian police urged the public to respect First Amendment rights and avoid violence. A heartbreaking news. A small plane traveling from Des Moines, Iowa, to Anoka County Blaine Airport in Minneapolis crashed into a home in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota on March 29, 2025. The Socata TBM-7 aircraft went down around 12:20 p.m., causing a fire that damaged at least one home. All residents of the home escaped safely, but authorities believe no one on the plane survived. The exact number of passengers is unknown. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz said his team is in contact with local officials and monitoring the situation. The National Transportation Safety Board will lead the investigation, with investigators expected to arrive at the site on March 30th. The aircraft will be moved to a secure location for further examination. In other developments, many Canadian snowbirds are rethinking U.S. property investments amid rising trade tensions and economic concerns. Canadians, the top foreign buyers of U.S. homes, are now exploring alternatives, with some selling properties in Florida and Arizona. Canadian tourism to the U.S. has also declined, with fewer flights and road trips. A weaker Canadian dollar and rising costs in the U.S. further motivate sales. Florida's housing market, already strained by high insurance premiums and climate risks, may feel the impact. A 10% drop in Canadian tourism could cost the U.S. $2.1 billion and 14,000 jobs. Some Canadians are hesitant to visit or spend in the U.S., reflecting growing frustration and uncertainty about maintaining ties with their southern neighbor. From all of us here, stay classy, Dimsdale.